Hector.
Who flew that plane?
Where is your boss? The chief of police.
You passing through San Lucas? It can be quite dangerous. The cartels destroy everything.
There's another one of you hiding.
I have what you want.
You killed my brother-in-law, Hector. You make a deal, and I will spare you all.
And miss all the fun?
Okay, have it your way.
We need to secure the house.
Where are you from?
Ukraine. The man who raised me and taught me everything I know. A man you wouldn't want to cross.
There's nowhere to run.
You're a survivor.
You can't save this family. No matter how good you are, they will die sooner or later.
I don't even know your name.
Dominique.
Thank you very much. Jose, how you doing today?
I'm all right. How's it going over there?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So happy to talk to you. I know we're talking about Dominique, but you were in one of my favorite movies from the last couple of years, The Tax Collector, Mr. David Ayer. Such a sensational movie, brutal, kind of downbeat, but at the same time, like one of those extreme movies that, you know, you got to be in the right frame of mind to watch. Talk about working on that real quick before we talk about Dominique.
I mean, that movie was like people hated me for that movie. People were like,
Oh, yeah, I get
why
it.
did
I
you
totally
kill
understand.
Shia LaBeouf? Why did you do him like that? And I'm like, it's a movie. Cut it out.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience. That's the first movie I've ever been in, as a matter of fact. And I just like followed the leadership of David Ayer. You know, I grew up with David Ayer. He grew up 2 blocks from my house. I know him since I was a kid.
Really?
And he was from the same neighborhood. And I just trust him, you know. He's like a big brother. He's like a mentor to me. Always has been. And I just, you know, I just followed his lead, and that's how I did The Tax Collector. And plus, he let me make adjustments, let me rewrite all my dialogue, let me do me, you know.
Absolutely. Now you'll forever be immortalized as the man who took out Shia LaBeouf.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, there's something right there, right? But again, sensational movie. That sequence alone, oh my gosh, like that was that hard to film? Was that like hard to do?
I have fun, man. I just honestly have fun. And
So
Shia's a cool cat, you know.
Absolutely. So let's talk about Dominique. So again, I talked to Oksana and the director Michael yesterday. Had fun talking to them. Same type of movie, like it's one of those action thrillers. Like because I talked to them, I'm like, it's a hard watch. You know, like the audience, like because there's a lot of heavy stuff that goes down in this movie.
Yes.
So first of all, talk about your experience of coming onto this movie and working with Michael and Oksana.
Well, you know, like that the experience working with them was great. Me, I'm just drawn to these dark, complex characters. I execute them well. I'm a great villain. You know, on this side, I'm a peaceful guy. You know, I go hiking, I walk on the beach, and you know, and live the family life, a quiet life. You know, but when it's time to come to the set and be this guy, I'm gonna be that guy. You know, And I casted for Michael at a Mexican restaurant in Granada Hills. I went over there with producer Jason Gervitz, and they just kind of interviewed me, and they were like, they decided right there, like, hey, this is our guy. This is Oficial Chago, you know. And well, I have a martial arts background. I've trained for like 20 years plus or whatever. So all those fight sequences, it was fun doing them, training with Oksana and all the stunt coordinators and the fight choreographers. Like it wasn't a problem. I knew it was going to be lit once we put it together.
And I talked to James Liu, who's one of my favorites from back in the day, back in the 90s. He did all the direct-to-video martial arts action movies and stuff like that. So awesome experience working with him. So, like, just real quick, talk about getting physical on this movie. What did you draw from, in terms of, because it has to be hard, like, because you're shooting all day, and plus, like, if you're acting, that's one thing. But now, like, if you're doing something physical, that's got to really take its toll, no?
I mean, I came to get dirty. This role, like, demanded that from me, And once I came to get dirty, and well, you see what happens to me. I walk out of there with half of my face.
No spoilers. No spoilers. Yeah.
No spoilers. No spoilers. So
yeah.
And nah, I enjoyed it. Especially because you're working with people that know exactly. They're trained and there's a lot of protocol that goes into it, a lot of safety issues. And even though it's rowdy, that scene is a rowdy scene. Even right before we go into that scene where I send a little gift right through the front door,
yeah,
it sets it right up for that. So I mean, it was cool. It was cool. I have no complaints. I got scratched and bruised a little bit, but hey,
it's badges of honor, right? It's like,
badges
hey,
of honor, yeah.
Now let's talk. Now let's talk about real quick, because like you're like in real life you're like this humble, great guy, but on in these films, like, or even on you did Deputy with Stephen Dorff, another television show, short-lived. Too bad. I love that as well. But what do you channel from to go from who you are in real life to play these like real nut jobs and dirtballs in these movies?
Well, in the journey of my life, I've met some people and I've been around people. So I think I draw from that,
Okay.
And, just the environment and my surroundings as a kid growing up, and places that my life has taken me to. I've got to meet a lot of people like this. So there's content right there for me to grab from,
So yeah. So I mean, again, I in terms of living your life and everything. So if you had to pick one moment on this film in Dominique, what would be the moment in terms of your acting that you were most proud of in this movie?
I think it's when we're getting ready to go in and Maurice Comte introduces me to. I mean, he doesn't introduce me because they're my guys, but I give a speech. That was the cool thing about this movie, that all my dialogue is in Spanish, and it shows my range, that I could go there and even in another language, and I was confident. I didn't, I think I like that part where I spoke to him, and I like with authority, like, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna do this, this, and that. And they were like, "Yeah, boss, we got you."
So I got a couple more minutes with you here. And again, thank you for your time. This is awesome. So let's talk about Michael S. Ojeda, who directed the movie. Just talk about working for him as a director, and what does he bring to the table, from the other experiences that you've had?
He's great. He's a visionary. I feel like he's on the come up. He's gonna look. This started as an indie film. It didn't end that way.
Yeah.
We went to another country and did some magic over there, and he's a visionary. I there's scripts that I sit there and he tells me about when I've gone over to his pad, and I'm like, oh, let's do that. I'm like, let me be that guy. Let me cast me for that one, like, because he got some stuff. He's a great writer. He has a great eye, and it shows. It's gonna show in Dominique. It's gonna put him out there like that guy.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to lie, like this movie kind of came out of nowhere for me. Like I remember hearing about it like when it was announced and everything, but then I got the PR release for it and the trailer and everything. So just talk about the movie itself. Last thing I'm going to ask you, then I'll let you go again. Thank you for your time. But
Yeah,
what do you want the audience to get? Like we've seen this before, like the assassin who she's hard edged, she's had a hard life, but now it's like she has this crisis of conscience, and then she's helping this family. So it's a real roller coaster ride. What do you want the audience to get out of this movie?
It's an action movie. I don't know what they're gonna get out of it, but like, Dominique is just packed with intense scenes. Honestly, it's packed with intense scenes, and it's a story about moral choices and corruption, and just survival in a complex environment. And I just want them to, on October 11th, to go out to theaters, watch it on digital demand, and just enjoy a good movie.
Absolutely. And like I said, like I talked to the other ones yesterday, and I just said,
Yeah.
for a smaller budgeted movie, the action is top notch, the choreography,
Yeah.
awesome. And like I said, the message that it brings, and you care about the characters too. Like
Yeah.
you take this ride with them. So it's not just a movie where the action happens for action's sake, but you really care about the characters. So real quick, just talk about that.
I mean, like, for you guys out there, you guys are gonna watch this. There's a scene when you think the movie's about to end. That's a beautiful ending. And it's gonna flip on you, and you're gonna be like, man, this is like reality's gonna hit you. It's a great switch up right there. I just want you guys to enjoy it. It was a lot of hard work, sweat and tears, and we were out there in Colombia, work with, like, the whole cast was like 80% Colombian. So we got to work with all these like great actors like Sebastián Carvajal and Alana and Maria del Rosario and Angarita. Like, we got to work with all these dope Colombian actors. So for me, it's just it's a blessing. Honestly, it's a blessing. I want to thank Michael and Jason for just taking me out there and believing in me that I could execute for them.
Absolutely. And just real quick, just funny anecdote. I talked to Michael yesterday and I said, how do you do me like that? Like I hear like the ending. I'm not gonna lie, I'm no spoilers, but it's a hard ending. Like people are gonna just be like, holy
It
cow.
is, it
And
is.
the thing he said to me, and this stuck with me, he's like, it made you feel something, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm a human being. So of course it made me
Yes.
feel something. I was like, the movie ended, and I was just like, oh, I was just like, that's how emotional it gets. And I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
thank you guys. Phenomenal job, phenomenal movie. You're great in
Thank
it.
you.
Everybody's great in it. And again, I thank you for your time, continued success in the future. And who knows, maybe we'll talk again like when something like this comes around.
Blessings.
All right. Have a good day, Jose. Thank you so much for talking to me. All right. Bye-bye.
Hector,
Who flew that plane?
Where is your boss? The chief of police.
You passing through San Lucas? It can be quite dangerous. The cartels destroy everything.
There's another one of you hiding.
I have what you want.
You killed my brother-in-law, Hector. You make a deal, and I will spare you all.
And miss all the fun.
Okay, have it your way.
We need to secure the house.
Where are you from?
Ukraine. The man who raised me and taught me everything I know. A man you wouldn't want to cross.
Nowhere to run.
You're a survivor.
You can't save this family. No matter how good you are, they will die sooner or later.
I don't even know your name.
Dominique.